first, I'm going to come in with an anti-panic message here. This has been a continued position of our president, who has been heavily influenced by numbers that show a tremendous decline in the amount of work. We're talking about number of workers since 1990. Let's just say cut from, say, 650 down to about 300,000. Over and over again, Dan D'Amico has been on Mad Money, and subsequently John Ferriola talking about Navy, talking about tanks, talking about the need to have a steel industry, which is nothing different from what we heard from President Truman, what we heard from President Kennedy, what we heard from President Johnson. The difference here is that I think people thought the market was just going to keep going up. And when I interviewed the president multiple times ahead of when he ran for president, this came up every single time. And just so you know, he takes his cue from, I'm going to just turn the floor over in a second, from the speech. There's a May 24th presentation by John Ferriola to the National Security Investigation Steel, Section 232. I'm just going to quote, "There is more than 700 million metric tons of global steel overcapacity, more than half of which is located in China." There's a lot of bad facts going around about this. It's about Mexico. It's about Canada. It's about massive oversupply from China that has lowered the price for everybody. Okay, so it is about China. It's not about Vietnam, other than what's exported through China to Vietnam, as we saw with extrusion and aluminum. It's not about Canada. To some degree, it's about Brazil. It is about Korea. So let's get the countries right. Then I'm going to go the other side, which is that if you want to sell Salesforce.com and Splunk after those remarkable quarters, and you feel this is the time to dump Bristol Myers, go right ahead. I'm not going to stop you.
What about Caterpillar? What about Miller Coors?
We got some raw costs in Caterpillar this morning from Morgan Stanley, which talks about how actually it's identically priced in at these levels. I thought that was very good. And these are numbers that came out this morning.
Automakers?
Automakers I've disliked for a long time. They are at the center. I do believe Dan D'Amico's numbers, which is you're talking about that NXPI has more dollar amount of in a car. NXPI recently purchased by Qualcomm.
No, they have not actually
That's
purchased
right.
it.
No, I'm trying to...
Actually, they're still waiting for China.
Waiting for China,
Yep.
yes. But there's analog devices, NXPI. These are far more important in terms of the cost. I would argue that soon it'll be NVIDIA. So I can make a lot of scares. It's a lot of what you can do for a living, and it's not what I do for a living.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.